Alright, hello everyone. So this is part one in the series How to Make an Origami Rose. It's pretty sweet, but in this part I'm going to show you how to make the actual rose part. The little center, and this is what it looks like from underneath. And it's going to be really pretty. Alright, so I'm just going to lay that over there for some inspiration. And let's go. So, I'm going to start out with just a square sheet of lined notebook paper. I suggest that you start out with this instead of origami paper just because you're going to be folding a lot of them and they're not going to turn out, so just heads up, I would start with cheap paper first. Alright, so what you're going to want to do is fold the corners to each other like a hot dog. See, it's like a hot dog. Anyway. Okay, and crease that really good, and then turn the paper and fold it so that you're making 4 squares. Crease that. Now, you have this open part here. What you're going to want to do is take the one with the edge here and fold it in. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces up on my lined notebook paper. I've found that it's actually easier to make a thicker fold here because you're going to be making the center part of the rose, and it actually blooms out a little better whenever it's thicker. So go up to the same amount on this other side ridge here. You have the 2 folds. Okay, and crease that accordingly. Now unfold that. And what you have here is a little tip. You can reinforce that for you. Alright? You're going to want to fold the edge of this here up to the center little intersection between those 2 points. See how there's a little intersection here? Just fold that up. Crease it really good because it's going to become this X part of the rose. And unfold that. Unfold this, and then unfold it one more time, okay? If you'll notice you have this diamond shape here, turn it because you have 3 mountain folds, correct? But this one isn't. So you're going to want to flip this out and fold it to make it into a mountain fold, but just pinch up until the tip of this diamond here because you don't really want to mush this up yet. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do is pinch to the corners of the diamond, okay? And this next part's a little tricky, but you see how you have this fold here? You're going to want to, if you have fingernails, it's a really good thing. Just take it at the intersection and push it down and in, okay? Mine's not going too well, but yeah. Okay, so you want to fold it all the way down there. Alright, so it looks like this. So you have this cross here, and then this part of the cross is caved in. Now, you want to take the 2 corners here and mush them together, and then fold these flaps here that you've made to the right. So just fold it to the right here, which paper's not going to cooperate, and fold it to the right there. Okay? See how this flap here is opening that way? That's what you want, alright? And then if you were to turn it over, you would want the flap to also turn to the right. Okay, now this next part, you have this crease along here. You're going to want to fold down along that crease so that you expose the diamond, alright? And then turn your paper over and crease along the opposite side. Like that. Not too bad, right? Alright, so now you're going to want to pinch the little sides here and hold this down and then just open this up. Alright? Make sure that you don't open it too far because then you'll undo all the folds that you just made. So, this is what it's going to look like from the back, and that's what it's going to look like from the front. Okay? Now, if you'll notice, I should probably pause and tell you this, that this part here will actually become this inside part, okay? See how they look similar? Alright, so turn your paper over, and if you'll notice, you can see, you can see this ridge here from the underside of the arm. Just score along that, okay? If you can probably see this whenever you're folding your own paper, just because you have two layers folded over together. So you'll probably be able to see it and won't need to score it, but I'm going to, just for the sake of doing it, for this. Now, this next part's a little tricky, okay? But once you realize what you're folding to what, it's going to be a lot easier. So, you're going to lift this corner, alright? And you have this flap here, okay? You're going to want to fold it. See how you have the flap here? You're going to want to fold it to the inside edge of that, which you can feel it with your finger too. Alright, so you're just going to take the tip of this corner. Let me get this up here for you. Take the tip of this corner and fold it so that this whole edge is flush with this edge here. Okay? Then you're going to want to crease just this part. Okay? And do it really good. Don't crease back here because it'll just mess you up later. But just crease that little triangle bit. Okay? Just here. And unfold that. Turn your paper a quarter and lift up the next corner. It'll get better. Okay. So you have all of your creases made, right? Now, you're going to want to expose this little center part, okay? So, you're going to do that by lifting up the flaps, okay, in this horizontal line. And you're going to want to push them in just a little bit so that this will kind of go along with the crease that you just made, okay? And this one also. See, if I were to turn the paper like this, it would be the same way that I'm pushing, okay? Now, what you're going to want to do is get all of the ridges to match up with the ridges next to them, okay? So you're going to do that by folding along the fold that you made and gathering along the ridges, okay? And pinch those together. Now, your paper is going to want to like kind of fly up on you and just try to flatten that out as best you can, okay? And then fold the next ridge over. See how you have these two ridges here? Just fold those over, and if anything bunches up, like I said, just kind of flatten it out, okay? See how you're making this little cylinder shape here, okay? And what you're going to want to do is take this last edge here and fold it over so that it kind of meets there, okay? So now you have all of this gathered up in your hand. Now, we're going to make this a lot easier on ourselves by folding this over. Now you have all this bunched up paper here. Like I said, just smooth that out, okay? You have a crease, well I do, and you're just going to want to try to smooth that out. And then once what you're going to want in the end is for it to look like this, with all four sides being these flat planes here. It also helps if, when you're trying to make it flat like that, if you turn it back over and make sure that these little arms are all flush. See how it's completely flat here? Alright, so like if you had one that was like all down here and you were really confused, just try to push it up so that it meets with all the other ones. Alright, so this is what the inside is going to look like. Just smash down all of these bits here, all the little trindles. Okay? On the inside. Alright? So get to here, And I'm going to pause this, and I suppose that we'll do this in 2 steps.